Alrighty, guys, welcome back in 2021 season, and League of Inches is back and growing quicker than probably anticipated. And first of all, hats off. Just want to thank all the fans out there that have been liking all the Facebook, all the Instagram, getting some more followers on the YouTube as well, and just getting a bit more content and collabing with a few of the other pages and just getting out there. And people seem to be enjoying what we're doing at the moment and what we're about. We've always been about the fans and engaging with the fans, and it's exactly what's doing. And we're just bringing league from a fan's perspective, which is what we all are. And it's good to see that even in the off season, when Josh is off on the moon, he's still joining us and dedicated to League of Inches and bringing us exclusive content. So yeah, just
all about the team.
So just a quick thank you for that one. And also the other thing I just wanted to quickly mention was a couple of things we have noticed recently in terms of some of the posts that we have put up, and it's just about the rumours and that we do put up. Now, look, none of us work for the Telegraph, none of us work for any of the so-called media things, but all of us here have ties to clubs and know of people in and outside of things, and we get words and we get information about things. And just because we're not from one of those places doesn't mean it's any less credible, as you probably find out in the future about some of the things we have discussed already. But just we're here to help the fans understand what's going on around the game, and when we have got something that comes up, we're always going to post it and let the fans know, because you're all fans like us as well. So I'll move over now. So I know someone who's been biting his fingernails in anticipation for this one, which is Sid. Sid, how's your off season been? And looks like you enjoyed a little bit of Christmas ham and a couple of beers. So let us know how it's been for you.
Yeah, it's good. It's to be honest, it's quicker than what I thought, which is good. You know, it's always a good thing. Bit of distractions with some family time, and yeah, a lot of food, a lot of drinks. Turn the clock back a bit. You know, I'm 40. I should be drinking so much, but you know, it's the festive season, and we'll be talking about another season shortly. I think it's going to be a very, very interesting rugby league season. So looking forward to it. Things have been good, and more to come.
Yeah, 100%. And we're obviously going to do some videos soon with individual teams, and I'll get your take on the Dragons then. But just a quick 30 seconds in your team. It's been in the media the last couple of weeks with some player news, things like that. What's the Dragons looking like this year?
Look, I'll see an improvement. The roster management's going to take some time. Like everyone knows, it's not news. It's not a surprise to anyone when a team is struggling with their roster. It really is an 18-month thing, you know. We've got a new coach, and we've got a couple of new players. Nothing to get too excited about. There's a few blokes that are, with all due respect, they're on overs, to be honest, and the salary cap needs some balancing. But in the meantime, while they're doing that, the guys that are coming into their last year and whatever else, they can fight for their position and show the coach that they're a part of the future for this club, and you know they really want this. And if they don't want it, well, we'll get somebody who does. You know, want to play for the jersey. It's been subpar for too long. But look, I'm looking at an improvement.
Well, you managed to probably go just over the 30 seconds, but well done. You were short and sweet, as we always expect from Sid. Jason, me and Dane got to catch up with you in the off-season, which was nice, just before the Brisbane lockdown, which was always good to get into. And how's your off-season been? I know you're a Doggies man. I know there's been some big signings. Must be pretty excited, and looking forward to this year.
Yeah, some boys and finally meeting face to face, and yeah, it's got good plans for when I move up there and join you guys with the TRL stuff and have a bit of fun with that. But Dogs-wise, man, they're looking really good. I think they're going to have a really good forward pack, especially with Adam Elliott coming back. I think all they're lacking really is the hooker. knows how to lead the forwards around the field. But other than that, man, they're looking great across the board, especially picking up Corey Allen at fullback, which moves Hopper to the centres. So our centres are looking strong again, which I think we were pretty weak in the last couple of years in the centres, really.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I think your teams, especially the back line at the moment, is looking really, really strong, which even when you add the 2 more signings next year, it's up and at 'em for the Dogs. And Dane, the Roosters have been pretty quiet, actually, this off-season in terms of Uncle Nick and his money. He's been back in his pocket at the moment. How's your off-season been? And looking forward to watching the Roosters again this year.
Yeah, off-season was good. It was good to catch up. Fellow members on this space. It's a bit of a shame, but I just ride the wave. On the Roosters front, look, they're pretty well behaved because they're pretty well paid. But I think they've got a pretty good team lining up. If you add in Sam Verrills and Victor the Inflictor back in the squad. Hopefully they're fighting fit come round 1, and interesting to see how Lachlan Lamb goes. And there's been a little bit of talk about picking up Benji Marshall for some cheap coin as well. But look, I think they're going to be strong again. But we'll have to wait and see what they put on the field when 2021 starts.
Well, we'll see what they can do this year. It's still a pretty good looking team for Mines. And Joshy, up at the moon still, thank you for granting us with your presence. We always appreciate it. How's your off season been? And I know you're another Doggies man, and I'll tell you what, I think you've been partying for the last 4 weeks in terms of the news. Let us know how it's been.
Yeah, to be honest, man, there's been a lot of partying, man. Very minimum like rugby league news, but a lot of partying in mine. Christmas was amazing, you know what I mean? New Year's was good. Celebrating Cole Flanagan was good, you know what I mean? He's the biggest signing of Dogs are, so that's going to be the biggest X factor for the Dogs, a new halfback, and I reckon he's going to be the X factor. Some direction, you know what I mean? It's going to be good. It's going to be good for the team. And then 2022, man, at Okar. So a big couple of years coming up for the Dogs. Big couple of years. We'll just see what happens, man. Very excited. It's been a while since we've been excited. It's like 6-7 years at least. So yeah, this is going to be big. Can't wait. Can't wait to beat the Dragons.
Oh, the shots have been fired already. Look, Bankstown and Lakemba are going off. They're loving this at the moment. They've got a couple of years to get some halal snack packs, and they're going to be going off all weekend. And the shots are fired on 4 Dragons early in the video. You know what? That's a good segue to... That's a good segue to the first sort of talking point for this video, which I thought we'll start off this year and have a chat about the coaches that are under pressure for this season. And the first one off the rank is probably for mine, and it's probably an obvious one, would be John Morris at the Sharkies. That team, they crawled into the 8 this year and last 2020, and fair to say they did have a couple of injuries and things like that. But for mine, the squad doesn't look too great this year. I can see him sliding a bit, and he's obviously off contract at the end of this year as well. Sid, I know they're your crosstown rivals, and you love to see the Sharkies at their worst. What do you make of the situation there, and where do you see John Morris doing this year, and will he be kept honoured as coach for the Sharks?
Look, it's a tough one. I'm seeing one of those ugly things. Unless he's a much better coach than what we've seen from them the last few years now. They gave him a whole pass last season because they lost Gallen, they lost Luke Lewis the year before, they lost Matt Pryor, lost a lot of experience in the forwards. But I don't know if he has much as a coach. I could be wrong, but it seems like he's one of those. He's good bloke, so everyone loves him, sort of thing. And we've said it many a times. It doesn't constitute being an NRL coach. I really think it's going to be an important year for him. It's going to be career defining. In fact, as far as the squad they have, they have a monster squad. You know, we raved about them. We talked about them in depth and in detail through last season. The power in their forwards. It was so good when they were able to play the platform for Sean Johnson to top the try assists and line break assists. And he was injured for half the year. You know, it's crazy. But as the problem with that is they're just a little bit too big and maybe they lack a little lateral movement and they struggled with the 60 again rule and the speed of the play the ball. And I'm seeing a very similar squad there, and I don't know if they have addressed that issue or not. We'll wait and see. And then one last thing would have to be Andrew Fafita. You know, as much as medical science has come a long way, he may have been that knee injury where he's just never going to be the same again, unless he wants to put in the work and really manage it to get a couple of more years out of it. Because at his best, he's devastating. One of the best front rowers in the world. But at his worst, it's kind of ugly to watch. You know, Tractor trying to walk sideways. You know, it's it'll be an interesting year for Sharks. That's for sure.
Yeah, agreed with pretty much everything said there. And Jason, where do you see John Morris this year? Do you reckon it's fair to say he's under a bit of pressure?
Yeah, definitely. A few dodgy years. You know, last year they, like Sid said, he got a bit of a pass because players going out and that. But I think this year, if he doesn't produce results, I think it'll be him on the chopping block.
Yeah, 100%. And Danny boy, I want to come to you with this one because I've got Kevin Walters as one as well, and I've got him obviously walking into. I guess it's a situation I don't think many people would want to walk into after the year the Broncos have had, and there's no real signings to note there for this year, and they've probably lost arguably their best player in Fafita. So for Walters, fair to say, is under pressure. What can he do this year to stay in the job and move forwards?
Yeah, look, I think you're right. He definitely will be under some pressure. I suppose he's got to. All the players need to be playing for him, and they need to be playing for each other. I think that's first and foremost. Like there was just no morale around the place. I really don't think their hearts were in it. It was just they didn't even deserve to be in the NRL last season. So yeah, I think they've just got to step up. They've got to refresh. They've got a new coach. They've lost a couple of players. They've just got to step up and get on with the job. I think they got McCulloch back, didn't they?
Yeah, it looks like it, yeah.
Yeah, so I think he's going to be... Go on.
There's rumours going around about him, and there's another club in this video, the Dragons, who are circling him a lot and are very keen on getting his services. So we'll see what happens over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, so I think it's make or break. They're either going to bounce back this season or they're just going to be on a slump for the next couple of years, I think. So I'd like to see them come back a stronger team. They've always been a strong club, usually always make the finals. But, I think someone else have a turn, but yeah, I think...
Yeah, 100%. And Joshy boy, you agree with that? You see Walters under pressure this year?
Yeah, I think Dane just hit the nail on the head, man. So everything he said, it's 100%. I don't think it's so much the pressure, though. I think it's the more expectation because it's Broncos. That's what it is. You can't see that team not succeed when no one's used to that. So I think, we'll see what the players want to play for this year. Is it themselves or is it for the team? So we'll see what's going on.
100%. Third coach off the rank I've got under pressure is, as a Paraman, I got Brad Arthur there. Just in terms of how we exited the last two final series, I think a lot of fans' perspective are questioning him. Personally, I am a Brad Arthur fan. I've enjoyed what he's done with the club, build him up over the 8-year period to where we are now, to a regular sort of finals appearance team, which a few years ago we were similar to the Dogs and we couldn't even go close to the finals, and know that their pain and what they're going through at the moment. So Look, I do think this year he is under pressure just in terms of the back half of the year and how he gets us there and what we do in the finals. I don't think we can necessarily win it this year with some teams improving quite a bit. But if you can at least get us firing and looking the part and get us deep into probably semi-final footy, he should keep his job. Sid, I want to go to you for another one. And it's your coach, Anthony Griffin. For mine, I think he's under pressure in terms of cleaning up the mess and doing it quicker than the fans will let him. Is that a fair enough assumption? And do you think he's the man for the job?
Yeah. Well, no, I agree with what you're saying. It definitely there's some pressure there. I mean, the reputation of the club, the history of the club. I know it's a merger, but we still say St. George. It's a centenary year as well, 100 years. And the new CEO is aware of that, and he recognises the brand, which is something the hierarchy really dismissed prior to him, Ryan Webb, that is arriving, and he's recognised the brand, and he knows that it can be a big club, it can be a successful club. I mean, you don't have to win the comp every year, but you can't just be going from year to year, just coming up with excuses or whatever else. Any excuse to, don't worry about it. We've always got next year. And these players are, like all our best players, are hitting 30 and they're 31 and 32. Like they've missed their prime. We've missed the golden age just because of this excuse ridden the last few years. But as far as Griffin, on the club level, definitely pressure. On a personal level, I think he wants to right some wrongs as well. He's definitely got the hunger. I think he'll want to prove Phil Gould wrong the way he was treated. And maybe do something. And he loves hard workers, and he doesn't mind a junior. He doesn't care about reputation. It is very, very interesting time. I think whatever pressure he's going to take it by the neck and he's going to run with it.
Yeah, I hope so for your sake. I know you've been a suffering fan now for a little bit. You finally got rid of the man you hated. We're not going to mention his name. We're going to try to go a video without mentioning it. If we can, it's going to be a record. But hopefully for your sake and the club's sake, they're moving up and he's the man moving forward. He can coach. He is a good coach as well. Last coach on the list, I thought, a bit of a smoky. I don't think many people will see this, but I've got him under pressure for a reason that I'll explain in a second, which would be Justin Holbrook. He's now got a side at the Titans, which are going to be quite a strong side, and moving forward, they're going to be expected to have success in terms of at least making finals and winning more games than they lose. Jason, do you see this man with some pressure on 2021, or I'm having a laugh?
No, I think there is a bit of pressure there for him because, like you said, they've gone out and bought all these players, young, talented, guys that can change games, X factors. And if they don't produce on the field, then it's, unfortunately, it does fall back on the coach a lot of the times. So I think there is a bit of pressure there for him to perform, at least have a better season than last season. More wins than losses for sure.
100%. Move on now to just some 2021 bold predictions. I've only got 4, boys, so not too much. I've got the Premiers, your Wooden Spooners, the Dally M, and your Grand Finalists. And Josh, I'll go to you from the moon. Let us know what your predictions are for 2021.
Premiers. Storm. Okay, Storm. Wooden Spoon. Dragons. Or Dragons or Eels? No, I'm joking. No Eels. Dragons. I think Dragons. I'll say. I'll stick with the Dragons, to be honest, because I think just going through too much stuff at the moment. Dally M.
Yeah.
Dally M. We'll go Latrell Mitchell here. He's due for a big year, man.
Ooh.
He's got a lot of haters. He's going to prove a lot of people wrong here, man. So I think Latrell Mitchell will have a big year this bloke. And what's the fourth one?
Grand Finalists.
Ooh.
So who's versus the Storm?
The Raiders.
Ooh.
Canberra and Melbourne. I like that.
We'll talk about Canberra in depth next week or so when we do this individual teams, but they've got a very big depth roster this year, and they're going to be very hard to beat as well. So, Dane, what's yours?
What is it, Premiers? I'm going to say Canberra. And what was the next one?
Wooden
Do
spoon.
it for the milk. Wooden spooners.
Wooden Spooners. I'm going to go Broncos.
Ooh.
Oh, back
Daily
to back.
M.
Brisbane will get bombed.
Yeah, that's going to be big. I think they're a train wreck at the moment. The end. Well, anyone can win it. I'll probably say Billy Slater, to be honest. But yeah, I'm gonna say Latrell Mitchell, man. I think he's going to come back. He's going to come back
Latrell
good.
voters.
And grand finalists, I'm going to say Roosters Raiders.
Whoa,
Big call.
see, there we go. He's got one with a vote with his heart there. Jason, what's your votes going to?
Premiers, my heart wants to say Bulldogs. My head says Raiders. Wooden Spooners, I think it's going to be Sharks. Dally M, I'm going to go with Nathan Cleary. And grand finalists, I'm going to go Raiders Panthers.
Oh, no. We haven't gone the same answer yet. And Sid, you always love doing these bold predictions. Be careful, there's some punters out there that's going to put their house on your predictions. So I want to rewind back to your 2020 predictions, but we don't have time. What's your predictions this year?
Oh, look, I haven't heard the boys given a little thought, very little thought. I would say the Panthers will go on better. I think they could do it. They have a great young side. They've got a good coach. He's yet to cross that line and become a premiership winner. Add that to his resume, and I think it might be the year.
Yep.
And
what about
you want the day?
Wooden Spooners? Wooden Spooners, Dally M, and grand finalists.
All right, cool. Good. Panthers. I'll just do it with the Panthers. Will play. I can't look away from the Raiders. They're just so strong. I know Jason already picked that, but Panthers Raiders will play in the grand final. That's my guess, my humble guess. The Wooden Spooners.
Dragons.
Oh man, just looking at the roster.
Dragons.
Yeah. Paul McGregor and Conor McGregor.
He said it. He couldn't go it. He's done it. He can't go it.
No, look, looking at the rosters, Cowboys, man, their rosters are so bad. Now, I know Todd Payton is there, and we saw what he done wonders with the Warriors. But Cowboys, they have some issues, some serious issues. I think they won't win enough games. They'll come last. Now, my daily, I'm going to go have a little to forget. Well, I'm going to go with Jerome Luai for Panthers for the day M, purely because he's not going to be impacted by Origin. So he'll not only be fresh, but he won't miss those games. I mean, the guys that play Origin, their points still go towards the Daily M's. But how hard is it to get points when there's 20 other superstars in the game? You know, it's damn difficult. I was going to go with Teddy, but I think I'll go with Jerome Luai, and it'd be good value too. Don't put your house on it.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Ben
Yeah,
Hunt.
I think that's some good. That's some David Middleton type stats there. There's superstars playing Origin, and you would never have thought it. So there you go. City's at it again. It's 2021 season's just getting started, and Sid's doing some amazing work once again. And for mine, I've got Premiers. I actually got South Sydney. I reckon there's going to be some glory out at Redfern this year. Their side is, for mine, looking unbelievable. And I agree with the boys with Latrell and A couple of other backline players are going to have some big years. I've gone the Wooden Spooners. I've got to agree with some of the lads here and say that the Dragons, unfortunately. I just think they've got too many overpaid players, and I just think I do agree with the coach. I just think that it's a bridge too far this year to get everything happening. I think he'll be building for the next 2 to 3 years and go with that. Dally M, I'm surprised Sid forgot this guy, but I've gone Harry Grant. I think he's going to replace Cameron Smith as if he's still there, and the Storm will not miss a heartbeat. And which brings me to the grand final. So I reckon it's going to be a South Sydney versus Storm grand final. And it's going to be won by about 1 point. It'll be an absolute cracker. So, there we go for those ones, boys. And just finally, we put up. What was that?
Who's your winner? Was it South you picked to win?
Yes,
for the record?
South will win it. Yeah, for the record, South's going to win the comp this year. Put your house on it. Actually, don't. I don't want to be part of that. So, we had on Instagram page now. I'll put up questions each week, and if someone has a question, write in and let us know. I'll just go through one of them for now. One guy sent through saying Logan.Remeka, if I've just pronounced that correctly. Sorry, mate, if I haven't. But he's gone the greatest goal kickers coming into 2021. I just had a quick look at stats from 2020, and I've just made a list of 5. And obviously, you've got Adam Reynolds, the sharpshooter. Very rarely misses 2 in a game, so he's right up there. You've got Nathan Cleary as well, Jared Croker, Kyle Flanagan actually was over 80% as well, and Mitch Moses as well. So they're the 5 for mine that have all been over 80% last year. They were the only 5 goal kickers that were. So for mine, they're your top picks for goal kicking this year, and I think goal kicking will go a long way to winning some teams some finals. But let's wrap this one up, boys. I'll go around and get everyone's just final thought of either another prediction or just let us know something. I'll let Jason can kick us off here. Got any final words? We're back into it. How are you feeling?
Feeling good, feeling positive. It's a good year it's going to be a good year for the Dogs, I think. So my bold prediction is Dogs to win their round 1 game for the first time in 4 years. So put your house.
Oh wow! Been slow starters, the Dogs, have they?
Yeah, I think they've lost their first round match for the last 3 or 4 years. So yeah, I think it's going to turn around this year.
Yeah. Joshy boy, let us know what's your bold prediction.
Oh, just pumped for the season, man. To be honest, I don't have a bold prediction. I'm just looking forward to the footy. I just can't wait, and that's all I care about. Origin, man. My prediction last time, I said New South Wales 3-0. I can't wait for Origin this year too, man. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just looking forward to the footy, man. I just can't wait to see what's happening, especially after you get past round 2 and 3 and see what everyone's forms like. Comes and gone. So I just can't wait for that. So yeah, bold prediction. Yeah. Just looking for the footy. That's the prediction.
100%. I think it's a good point you make about Origin is that we sort of watched. It wasn't the same last year. It was at the end of the year, and it just wasn't. I don't know. For mine, it wasn't. There's something missing. It's just now it's going to go back to its normal routine, and I think it's going to be a few of the players who were injured are going to be back, and it's just going to be a much better spectacle for mine. Dane, you want to leave us with one of your bold predictions for the year?
Yeah, look, I'm just looking forward to the footy coming back. Bold prediction, Mitchell Pearce has 2 wives.
Can I ask you a question as well? How have you managed to get overseas? I know you're a Queensland resident. You're now overseas in America. So I just want to know, in this time of the world that we live in, how have you managed?
Yeah, no, look pretty good. I'm just trying to, I'm just handing out vaccines at the moment just to try and get the numbers down over here in the US, and then I'll probably bring the virus back to Australia again.
Yeah, thank you for that. And Sid, I wanted to leave the vice captain to the last, and Give us one of your Nostradamus big bold predictions for the 2021 season.
For the season, I think it's going to be fast.
Whatever you want.
The action is going to be faster than ever. I really think they're going to build on what they did last year with the 6-second rule. We'll see more refereeing error than ever, but we'll see a quick, entertaining game. It's going to be harder and harder to defend your line and stop tries. We're going to see more 10 in the bins. Maybe we'll see a punch up or two, but that's unlikely. We are going to see more 10 in the bins than ever as well. And last but not least, Charity Shields in 4 weeks. So here we go. It's on again.
Yeah. And viewers, Sid's getting excited because when he starts to talk, he gets a bit more, it gets quicker. And it sounds like he's starting to rap a little bit. So he's starting to pop and it's almost bedtime for him. We need to get him off. I just want to say once again to everyone, thank you for all the love and the follows and the likes and just getting involved. Keep it up, keep it coming. The content's just getting better. And we'll promise we won't go too harsh on Sid for the rest of the year. And to you fellow Dragons fans, we'll try and bring some positivity and hopefully have Norman sign another multi-million-dollar 4-year contract soon for the mighty Dragons. But peace out, guys. Go keep the party going in Bankstown. We love it there. And up the doggies.
All good.